Yo, 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 this What is Food News. I'm Louis Farms, and I'm here to set it off.
You know what it is. It's grape jelly, man. I'm in the house.
It's J Rock, man, at Tree Hugger Rock on Instagram, yeah.
Hell yeah, nah. What's up, man? You know what it is, man. It's been a motherfucking hell of a year. I'm blessed to be here. Got some good men in the house, man. We wanted to pick back up on some things we was doing for a couple years back with the What is Food and in the community, man. It's crazy, man. We had a lot of fun doing the films, documentary, also that Grocery Bag Boy movie. That thing was a hit jump, and it's like it was always this reoccurring thing, which was food. So I was like, man, let's go back into this food jump. So here we go, man. And we talking about nothing but the goodness in life, and that's food for thought. So it's a little bit more than just we talking about what's on your plate. You know what I mean?
And so we're gonna kick it off with a quick note, real quick. We know it's rat season. You know what I mean? It's real cold. It's rat season. So just keep in mind that when you're going out here to these fast food restaurants, like they might not be as tidy as you are, and the rats, they looking for a place to live and lay at night. So just keep that in mind, man. We in DC, man. So you know how that go.
Infestation, man. Yeah, man. Speaking of rats, man, you know, everybody ain't your friend. So,
nah,
you know, shit ain't, man. You gotta watch your circle you keeping out here for the new year, man. You know what I'm saying? Along with the stuff you put in your body. And, you know, that's how we want to push out here this good consciousness, man, on how to, like, you know what I mean? Just, you know, stay away from the things you don't want. Don't think about them. You know they there. Don't be oblivious to it. But, you know what I mean? This ain't the first time on the merry-go-round, so, you know, you should play it accordingly, you know what I mean? So
that's right. So on this platform, we want to talk about topics that's current events. We want to kick out a little bit of knowledge on food. J Rock, you got anything you want to bless the people with today?
Man, you know, we're going to definitely get into it. My biggest thing, man, is it's funny, we were just talking about, he said something about rats. Man, people gotta watch what they say about people being rats too, man. We don't know if a person's a rat. That's putting that toxic energy out in the atmosphere. And when you put toxic energy out, you get a lot of toxic energy back. You might be talking on something that you don't know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you gotta learn how to mind your business. You know what I'm saying?
Stay out of there.
Yeah, what they say, you got ears for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
2 ears for a reason.
you got 2 ears for a reason.
My mouth.
And so to further elaborate on that, a lot of times in the community, we get that ratting, snitching word. We get that all tangled up into the reality that we living in. You know. So it's a street sense for me. This how I feel about the whole ratting and snitching thing. I don't like it, for one, because it seems like when it's in the community, it's like it's all bad. It's bad wrapped all around it. You know what I mean? And at the same time, you know, on a big scale of things, it's people doing shit all the time or doing things all the time, and it's being kept quiet. You know what I mean? Like, so at some point, we got to decide what's right and wrong, and I think it's up to the individual to decide what's right or wrong, and the consequences that they come with it, just gotta live with it.
I think that the world nowadays, they made it where people feel like you don't have to weigh it as right or wrong. It's like what was better or what's worse.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's the crazy part, because it ain't no such thing as what's better or what's worse. When you wrong, you wrong. When you right, you right. It ain't no
absolutely
ain't no greater wrong and no greater right. You know what I'm saying?
And in some situations, I understand. So say like Mr. Louis Farms and J Rock, we argue, right? But we both pillars in the community, but we can't seem to hash out our differences. And then one of us hurt each other, you know what I mean? Like, what good would it make if somebody tell on J-Rock about what he did to me? Then we both gone, you know what I mean? So I can see what they saying, like, don't tell on whoever hurt that person, like we was cool like that, you know what I mean? I can see, like, why they wouldn't want to snitch on you, because it's like, ain't no justice being served, you know what I mean? You about to go to jail, and then he gone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, well, tell me what you think about this, right? this form of snitching, this is not in the community. It's like with law enforcement. So, but then it's like you said something that made me think. At some point, we can't just keep putting it on other people like he's snitching this, that, and third, and be responsible. You know what I mean? However, you got caught, you got caught. Whether you know what I mean, the nigga in the street or not, they told you gotta accept the responsibility. You deal with it whatever later. But on this note, what I'm talking about, basically, this dude killed a little young man trying to break in his car, or steal his car, and they don't want to let his information out.
Who, the guy that killed him?
The guy that killed him to keep him safe. You know what I mean? So what you think about that? You think they should let like people?
Right, so first of all,
so the street justice or however you know.
Right, so you want to go first or?
I'll let you go.
All right, so first of all, when you trying to, it's a lot of guns out here now. So you can get a permit to get a gun now. Mm-hmm. So when you getting a permit, they got rules to it.
Yeah,
like
no
you can't be shooting nobody for your worldly possessions. Yeah. You only shoot somebody when your life is on the line. You know what I mean?
You feel threatened.
When you feel threatened. So you got a car.
But he wasn't in your house.
Of this worldly possessions is a car, and you see a youngin' in there taking it. So I don't know how old the guy was that did it. I don't even know the story. But if he was a grown man, he did wrong because
he was supposed to go in the house and call the police and just stay in there.
Or check youngin' right there. You got the jump. Younger man, get the fuck out of here. Younger, what the fuck is you willing to die for that? You know what I mean? Like that.
You said so. All right. So when you taking the shit, when you taking the class, when you learn about the gun, if a person not actually coming, like rushing you, coming at you, like making you feel threatened, like an actual threat, you're not supposed to shoot at them. You're supposed to send a warning shot. At this point, you see what they gonna do. If they come at you like they're coming towards you, you can shoot them. But if they at any point where they turn, where they running from the scene, you're not supposed to shoot. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So let's say, for example, let's just say the young man was robbing his car. He was actually in his car, and he sent a warning shot. And youngin, let's say he got out and tried to run, and he shot him. If in fact he shot him in the back, he's definitely wrong. He's going to jail. I don't give a fuck what's going on. Mm-hmm. Now let's say he was in the car, and the youngin tried to pull off in the car. I'm not sure how that works. See, that's where that's where the shit gets sticky, get all fuzzy. Because we don't know what the actual situation is because enough information ain't out.
We gotta get further details. But to sum it all up, is a lot of love lost in the community. One, starting with the youngin, he don't got love for nobody working hard for what's theirs. You know what I mean? Like, that's your car. You work hard for it. You put in your work, and you get your car. You pay your insurance. You know what I mean? And youngin don't have respect for that. And also, the old head or whoever it was that killed him, because if the youngin 13 and this man had a car, he had to be at least 18 to be driving or older than the youngin that's 13. Mm-hmm. So, for somebody that's in my community that's desensitized to a youngin, you know where you live at. You live in the hood. You live in the city. You know what I mean? You know youngins out here carjacking, they stealing cars, they doing all type of shit. You know that. So you got your jump. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's our job to correct it as older people. You know what I mean? Older African Americans, we gotta correct it. So if that mean, hey younger man, what the fuck you doing in that car? Man, you better get your little ass out of here before I tear your little ass up doing that. Or even pulling them to the side if you can get up on them. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, do shit like that.
Well, see, yeah, that's a good example of something you could do, but we don't know what actually happened.
We don't know why.
I can't speak. I don't want to speak too much on that situation because I feel a lot of different ways about that. Because I still feel like I don't give a fuck if he was robbing the car. You don't lose your life. He 13 years old. That little boy ain't get to do nothing.
That's like
don't
that
get me
movie,
wrong.
man.
Don't get me wrong.
Got your boy stealing car radio.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I ain't saying the youngin probably wasn't out here doing shit, constantly doing fucked up shit. And I'm not gonna act like I wasn't 13 before and I wasn't doing shit.
And you ain't gonna act like youngins ain't carjacking people.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna act like this shit ain't happening. But I'm not gonna sit here and speak on that like that because I don't know
the details.
I don't know the details.
And we should.
And I don't want no. And I don't want to. I actually knew that little boy.
Oh, you did.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna say I knew him. Like, I ain't gonna say I knew him. Like, no, I knew him. Like, I met him, been around him. Like, knew him longer, knew him over like a 2 year, 3 year span. Like, he went to Noise with my son. Like, they was classmates.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The shit's so real.
It touch home like that.
The shit's so real. Like, all right, so shit's so real. The little boy, him and his cousin, right? They jumped my son, right? Funniest thing. They used to try to bully him. But, I ain't never let my son, we fight back.
We ain't going like that.
So we ain't going like that. But that's neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? They kids, they gonna do that. So, funny thing is, and this ain't me trying to connect now. It's just, you gotta look at certain shit sometimes. I thought this was weird. The same little boy, him and the little boy who jumped my son, they cousins. But they both dead now. And let me tell you how I know they both deceased now. Well, we know from him because younger shit made the news, but his cousin made the news too. No funny shit, which was sad. This shit was it's a sad story because the shit fucked up. Cause the young nigga who got killed in Mochella. A lot of people ain't gonna know the information unless you know the youngest.
Right.
I know because they went to Noise and my son went to Noise, so I remember this shit.
Yeah.
And I know because of the I knew the young nigga name, I remember his name, all that shit. So I'm like, damn, that's crazy. And then my son was like, nah, Dad, that's the same little boy who, remember when because I caught the shit. I came in and the teacher was trying to break it up. They were trying to jump my son. The shit was wild.
Wow, you
So I came, but he was like, you remember when? So I knew. So I just thought that was wild. I was like, I don't know if that's coincidental or ironic or how you want to cut it, but that's just weird as shit that both them young men are dead now. You understand what I'm saying? They was cousins. And they both made it. It was just like
and
how.
And they at the young age.
Young age. Younger was 15. The cousin of Chase was like 15 or something like that. Younger was 13. That shit just so
that's
crazy.
Identifying like a bigger issue.
That shit just so that it's just they getting younger and younger. Then you start to wonder why they talking about I think if I don't know if I'm right or wrong. I could be wrong, but they was talking about bringing that juvenile life shit back and all that type of shit because juveniles getting like. Remember, they took that shit away. Remember, they was locking it's niggas who was getting locked up at 13, 14, 15, 16 years old, now come home and they 30.
Yeah.
I know a nigga when I was in the central cell with a nigga, he's like, man, I just came home, but he got here violated probation. He's like, man, I've been locked since I was 16 years old. His nigga was 30.
Yeah, my man just came home since he was about like.
You understand what I'm saying? And like he was like, they took away some of that shit, so I think he got out of some shit like that where they took away certain shit for the juvenile shit because he had been locked up for so long. But they talking about fake bringing that shit back because the juveniles who doing a lot of the shit.
Right. So, with that being said, we're going to come back to that topic because we don't have all the information we need, right?
Yeah, no
so,
question. No question.
real quick, real brief, if we could, just give out a couple of things that we can do to try to change that in the community, like some helpful tips that we can give off, and whoever watching this out there, man, could probably use some of these tips, to help the youngins.
And before we go to that, I just want to say, man, prayers to his family, they family, you know what I'm saying? Because don't nobody, I don't with, you know what I'm saying, that death shit, like, youngin wasn't supposed to be, he ain't supposed to be gone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, real shit, you understand what I'm saying? Like,
That's our future.
I don't dig that shit like that. And he got shot a rack of times. Like, he ain't shoot him once. He shot youngin multiple times.
Yeah, I don't want to angry.
I don't want to. Wow. I feel a little angry about that shit a little bit.
I ain't even know that.
But I don't know the whole details of the story, so I just don't like the fact that another young at 13, that shit hit close home. My son 13.
Yeah.
My son that age. My son was in class with that little boy. Like, youngin probably wasn't. He could like. I don't know his situation. So I don't want to speak on nothing I don't know. So I ain't gonna sit here like youngin either. I don't know all that. I don't know. But I know that youngin dead and that shit don't sit well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That shit got fucked up. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like, kids supposed to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Kids supposed to
have a chance.
They supposed to have a chance. Like, why when the black kids do something, it's taken a different way, or why when they do it, it's looked at like like they supposed to be like they gonna make mistakes. They gonna fuck up. Excuse my French. They gonna fuck up though. Yeah. We all done made mistakes. Yeah. Why they don't have the chance to rectify the right way?
Sad to say.
And that shit fucked up.
In this reality,
when we was young, they been setting it up. Like, that's why they was telling us, man, you gotta wake up. That's basically why we trying to put this shit out there to wake somebody else up that might, you know what I mean, could be falling in a situation that basically, you know what I mean, can lead them in a path where as though you could be your demise, you know what I'm saying? We don't really want that for nobody's child, man. Nobody, man. Not even no adult, you know, for that matter, though. So it's just like, you know what I mean? Just think about what you're doing, but like you still don't deserve it. But you see what's going on out here for us with this pigment. Like when you looking like this, man, they trying to do
my thing with that though, I feel all that, but it be like how much more of that we gonna keep blaming on certain shit when we know better now. Like niggas be knowing shit, like, and this be my thing. It be a bunch of this. You said something earlier, they set certain shit up, so it be hard to kind of like tell niggas certain shit that makes sense because they already living in a dysfunction. You understand what I'm saying? Like they already used to living this way. This is what makes sense to them right here. This is what I know. I don't know that other shit right there. What you talking about don't make no sense to me. But that right there do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that be the thing. How do you, but see, my thing is, you gotta reteach it, right? But you gotta reteach it the way it's supposed to be taught. But then how you reteach something that when you've been going to school for 18 till you're 18, and they've been training you on how they want you to think, not how to think, but what they want you to think. Is a difference. You ain't been in school, you know what they tell you to do? Go to school, get a good education, get a good job, go work for somebody. They never tell you actually go become an entrepreneur, go do your own thing, go follow your dreams. That's some shit your parents be telling you. That's some shit the people in your house had to instill in you. They don't tell you that shit in school like that. They tell you, yeah, you gonna go to school, go to college, get a good job. Go get a good job in your career, make a lot of money in your career. Understand what's being taught, bro. They not telling you, they not teaching you how to think. They teaching you what to think. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really learn how to. I mean, I ain't gonna sit like and say like that because I had people around me who taught us how to be free thinkers or taught us that, you know, to think more freely. But it wasn't until I got to college where I really started learning how to think. How to think on my own. Now, you know what I'm saying? As a man, you know what I'm saying? So like. The thing is, this where the confliction come in for me with the trying to tell people what to do, or not necessarily what to do, but trying to give advice. I feel like this: the old heads missed it with my generation with the not telling us shit, like kind of keeping it to themselves, because the ones that they got it from taught them everything, but then them youngers didn't do nothing with it like they was supposed to. They got money, but it was a bunch of rat and shit going after the 70s. After the 70s, niggas used to, think about it. Back in the day, niggas used to kill for ratting. But once the people who was the kingpin started ratting, like people with prominent names, we can go Nicky Bond. We can even go Rayford Evans. I'm using different areas too, but these are people who was big kingpins, big niggas with certain shit that was in the streets. Man, they made it cool for it to be snitching. So now, like, fuck it, I can do all this and snitch and still be cool. Come out here and everybody still be fucking with me. And don't nobody look at me well. I can still. Like, niggas made that shit cool, so now how a nigga gonna tell them to honor anything that's supposed to be honored out here? But then on top of that, how you gonna tell a nigga anything who think they know everything already? Because you got the internet, you got shit that they seeing out here and they feel like they already know. You can't tell them nothing.
Yeah, so to wrap it all up, man, the community got a lot of work to do. We got a whole lot of work, and clearly it's a lot of love lost there, and we got a lot of work to do.
Niggas is scared, bro. The work you can put in work, but niggas is scared. Like, ain't nobody like, bro, like, I hate to sound like this. Like, you want me to be honest, like, bro, like, deadly honest. Like, you ain't gonna see no changes unless niggas start affecting the money that the white folks is making. And I hate to say it like that because I don't always make it about race. But then the people controlling everything. The fair-skinned people that don't look like me and you, they controlling everything. So until we start even affecting their money, well, they ain't making no money because we the people who buy everything. That's a fact. That's a fact. We spend money. We go out Black Friday shopping. We do all that shit. You don't see a rack white. I mean, some of them do, but you don't see. I don't see a lot of
white people do it too.
But I don't see it. I see more niggas than anything.
It's real. It's in the data. It's in the data. Like,
but this is my thing. If you don't affect their paper, or you don't actually start taking motherfuckers out, And I don't condone killing, but I'm just being honest. If you don't take people out, like, get on some, man, fuck it, we gotta get violent. Like, start fucking up their communities. Like, see, the reason why they wasn't tripping about that shit in Baltimore and all that shit is because we was fucking up our own shit. We wasn't fucking up their shit.
Not always. Just like on 8th Street.
You understand what I'm saying?
Back in the day.
If you fuck up they shit, you start affecting they shit. Look at what Nat Turner did. They skint that nigga. They hung him and skint him and took his genitals and all types. They did all type of fucked up shit to him. When he rose up. You understand what I'm saying? The thing is, niggas is scared. They won't rise because everybody who tried to rise, they done killed. Every model we ever had, they done killed. Malcolm X. When Martin Luther King started switching this story and started talking that shit, they took his ass out. Think about it. Jesse Jackson, them niggas is punk. I don't want to say they punk. I don't know what the fuck they is. But look, them niggas is still around.
One thing you gotta do,
them niggas is still around.
Without going too far, without getting too angry, because we teach positivity. The way we eat, it makes us be able to take on all the worldly matters and stuff like that. The way we eat hold us down. Yeah. So without being too mad and shit, we gotta find out who the they are. You know what I mean? Opposed to just saying, grouping motherfuckers together. Like I'm saying like grouping all white people together, because that's not what I'm about.
I ain't about grouping all of them together.
It ain't no all a group of one person at all. It's a certain they is the certain they. But you just gotta find out who the they are. You know what I mean?
How long we been trying to figure out who they is?
That might be and see, that's what the shit started hitting. That might be the question to the light.
Because see, when we start talking about they or the people that we think it is, what happened to the people that started talking about it?
Well, we ain't worried about, because it's Nat Turner. The same shit happened back in the day. So when Nat Turner, it's the same day.
I mean,
it's the same day because the same shit happened.
Let's just say the top of the food chain, the top of the pyramid.
Look at what they did to Kyrie. Look at what they doing to Kanye. I mean, Kanye job be saying some other shit too though. That nigga be tripping.
But you gotta think some of that shit. Who is the they? And without talking too much about it, who is the they? You know what I mean?
Let's just say the people at the top, right? The shit was so real because, like you said, we consume shit. They consume shit too. And who is the they? Let's say other cultures, right? But the African American community is so targeted that they already got our shit to a T. We spent 85%. Like of the dollars, like on the corporation money, 85% of it is coming from my community. But nobody got owning shit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, and we out here stealing from one another, taking. You see what I'm saying? So it's a disconnect.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
We all smart in here.
Right.
We all can see what's going on, right?
Yeah.
So we know black people being targeted all the time for shit to spend money. Yeah. But we know that. So can we answer this question? Why are we always being targeted for shit like that? And why does it work? That's a two-part question.
Oh, it's the science behind that.
I mean, first off, because first off, black folks like nice shit anyway. We come from we come from that. We come from
where
doing
we come from though.
What you mean?
We need to know.
We come from wearing gold, and we come from being nice, and come from being clean. We come from all that shit. We showed them the way.
And so it's the science behind it.
So do you think everybody knows this though?
See, this is the thing.
You think everybody knows?
Nah, this is the thing. So the knowledge, like, so we gotta remember this. Before we had money, before we had all the shit, we got a bartering system. The only thing you had then was knowledge. Knowledge is power. That's why they say knowledge is power. That's been a saying forever. Knowledge is one of the things they kept secret. 1 second, I'm sorry. The same way they keep certain knowledge secret now from people, because they don't want everybody knowing. Knowledge is what's the word I'm looking for? It's valuable, but it's collateral. It's a lot of different things. And when you got that knowledge, right, you're dangerous to the people who else got that knowledge. If you're a free thinker and you want everybody else to have the freedom to thought, right? So what's funny is, right, back in the day, right, let's say an Egyptian, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about some shit that I can't
Egypt.
Egypt, but I'm gonna get into it a little bit. So, in the beginning, you had, I think it was like 9 or 12. You got, if you go look at the ruling of Egypt during the dynasties, right? I think 9 or 10 of the kings are black. The other 3 are Greek. Now, how did a place that was ran by all blacks, right? These people that look like me and you, for dynasties, all of a sudden get taken over by Greeks? Tell you how. Not ain't how. Let me just give you my theory on what I think could have happened. So you got Pythagorean, you got Socrates, you got Aristotle, you got all these Greek people going over there studying, and they tell you, if you go read they shit, they tell you that the blacks taught us this. We learned this in Egypt. We went over Egypt, studied. The nigga Pythagorean was there for 15 years.
Learning shit.
Nah, he was there for 15 years. He only learned from maybe a few. He probably had to convince them people to even teach him something, because he could. So, all right, so Pythagorean come up with the Pythagorean theorem, okay? But the Pythagorean theorem ain't complete. What people don't know about it, it's not even a complete thing in geometry, because he couldn't wrap his mind around the rest of the part. That's why they can't map out everything. Go look this shit up. But he learned it. But his information is straight from the people in Egypt. So but let me get back to my point. What you gotta know about how they set the pyramids and all this shit up and stuff they don't want us to know is they set up on certain parts of the earth where that certain energy and certain things you can contact, you can kind of contact. Bermuda Triangle is another spot that is like, it's 12 spots on the earth where these, like, they meet up, and it's like the energy and the kinetic and all this shit can do stuff with the sky and the moon. It's a bunch of shit. It's a bunch of shit I can't get detailed into it because I don't know it enough. But I know what I'm talking about. And if a motherfucker know what I'm talking about, they hit him like, yeah, this nigga on it. He know what he on to. So what was going on back then was they was able, it's like time travel almost type shit.
Okay, that's my shit.
You understand what I'm saying? Because they trying to figure out how they built shit like this, but they was living in different, like they was living in time, they was living in the past, the future, and the present.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Almost like that Matrix shit. You know how the Matrix and the Terminator and all that shit? Mm-hmm. Oh man, the shit crazy. But that's what the whole serpent thing, man. Oh man, the nigga, but is a dude on Netflix, man, where he go and do the whole historical thing where he show you, man, he come over here when they talk about how they got the shit that date back to Egypt, the pyramids over here, and the shit what was Hoover something, that's a cover up, and the shit serpent jump, that's a real jump. That's still in like Illinois and like is it Illinois or is it Illinois or something? And the Grand Canyon got pyramids in it too. There's certain parts cut off where you can't go. They got like real live pyramids. They got pictures of the shit. Like the nigga, he getting on all that shit. They told him he couldn't go to the jump. They like sent him a whole letter telling him, nah, you can't come on here because we know what you're doing. Mm-hmm. But the nigga he went to all the different spots, like all around the world. Like the shit was crazy. And like, because I done read little books on shit, I'm like, man, this nigga Jai, he talking some truth. And then he British, he not even American. So, you know, they be Jai like, that's why I don't like watching American shit, because they tell you what they want. You know, them British motherfuckers be giving you that, they give you that raw, like, that real, like, man, this one.
With all that information, what you think we could do with it as African Americans, coming from where we coming from? Like, what you think we could do with all that information?
I mean, like, some of us, all right, so I feel like this, like I said, the dysfunction is so high that, like, if I sat here and, like, explained it, like, all right, I ain't gonna sit and act like I can't talk to a group of, let's say I talk to a group of 10 people, right? Or just regular street people, like, 10 people in my community. Let's just use my community. Out of 10 of them youngers I might talk to, they all gonna sit there and listen for a minute. They gonna hear me out. But in the middle of that, somebody gonna say something, or they gonna get up. You know, ain't nobody trying that shit, cause it's too over their head. They don't try that shit. Other ones might sit there and laugh around, but only maybe like, I think maybe like 3 of them might actually take something from it. The other ones will be like, yeah, it was cool. You know, that it's some good, you know, they might kick a little bit of that shit right there, cause in the moment, the energy, they, you know, if we vibrating good, my vibration is high enough, I can bring some of them up. But that shit only work in that moment. Like after that moment, we back to square one for real, because see, this is the thing. You gotta remember this. If I can't keep reinforcing certain shit, and I got you in a certain environment where I can make, you gotta remember,
Make this shit transfer.
Yeah, the environment we living in is fucked up anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
But see, this is my thing. People got, once we start cause see, this is the thing. You can't teach everybody. You just gotta kind of put information out there. You gotta kind of put it out. It's just like, I'm gonna use this as an example. We gonna say Christian, Jesus Christ, right? You know how they say once you learn about Jesus, once you know about Jesus, you can't really. It's like you can't say that you don't know no more. You kind of gotta, you gotta do better now. Own the shit. So what I'm saying is, man, nigga, once a nigga put it out there, I don't give a fuck who it is. It's your duty to kind of go research that shit. It's your duty to kind of, man, look into that shit. Now, the thing is, don't nobody do that because nobody's been. First off, we're just getting into an age where the shit is at our leisure like that. Mm-hmm. But even at our leisure, you only want to look up what you want to look up because if that shit ain't interesting to you at the time, or if I ain't giving, like if I can't drop enough Jews right there in that moment where a nigga want to pick his phone up, but one of them just be like, let me look at, see what the fuck he talking about right with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they can find something with that and they can identify to it, now we can make more of a conversation about it. I might can affect a little bit differently, but it still ain't gonna go nowhere but there. It might be one younger who might look into that shit a little deeper. I might touch. You know what I'm saying? But that's, you know, like, I ain't saying I ain't for it, but you know how hard that is? Like, that's why I always tell people you gotta get a platform. Like, you gotta have, like, see, that's why I fucked with Tupac so much. You know, he said it in the interview. He was like, man, shit, you know what I'm saying? Like you know, when I first came out rapping, I was doing all the positive shit. And I'm really on that. You know, I'm still on that. You know what I'm saying? But what it was I gotta get the niggas who really willing to fight and who thugged. He said I had to get all the thug ass niggas to fuck with me first, for real. And once I get them to fuck with me, I can then, if they fuck with me because of who I am, I can change their mind. And once I get them on the same type of time we on, then we can take over some shit.
Yeah. See, but this is my thing. This is my thing.
Hey, Slim, he plotted that shit out then. That's why they got him out of there. Hey, Slim. He plotted that shit out.
That's a vicious thing, boy. You gotta think it's a whole lot of talking. I think it's a lot too much talking going on because it's like we can get a plan up, we can give all the information we know, but it ain't gonna be no good for us. Kind of like because the people that need it ain't listening. And the people that don't need it is really listening and you know what I mean, putting their defense together for you. Like a Tupac, talking too much.
Alright, but look, it's like this, right? You still gotta try, cause it's like, say you be at war, right? Which we are at war. And you see all your wounded soldiers and we doctors. And you know you can't save everybody. Do you just turn your back to everybody and say, man, they gonna die anyways, they ain't gonna make it, you still gonna patch them up?
Depending on where you going to. Where you going to.
But you a doctor.
Oh, you a doctor?
You a doctor.
Oh, you gonna get to everybody. You gonna get to everybody then.
You can't. We getting our ass whooped.
Ain't no can't.
See?
Either we gonna die together. Yeah, we got to. I'm gonna get to everybody.
You saying it right now then. That's
I'm gonna get to everybody.
Damn, you saying it. That's it. That mentality. I'm gonna get to, we gotta do that right there.
It's no, we can't.
That's where we at.
Cause guess what? We gotta hold them little bit of men, gotta hold them all, cause I gotta patch everybody up. That means I'm gonna need 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours straight of all cover. You hear me?
The solution is in the problem, but that's it. That we can't stop. We gotta do this shit till we die. We got I mean, and then it might hit the future.
Do you know any other way?
Nah.
Only other way I know is being amongst the trouble, like being in the streets and stuff like that.
Yeah,
taking and you know the worst thing. I feel like the worst thing that we adopt in the streets is the I don't give a fuck about nothing mentality, nothing or nobody. You know what I mean? Because when you in the streets, young, you just really can't have that. Little tender shit with you, man.
You can't be a tender nigga. Nah, you can't be a tender person.
Shit, man.
Nah, you can't. But it's like it's so,
that's the worst part, though.
Everything's so contradicting, though. Cause I can sit here and say in one breath, man, you can't be this, but then in another breath, I'm trying to tell you to
watch out.
Yeah, and do it. So it's like
that's how we find ourselves in that mix.
So yeah, that's so it's like it's fucked up. But it's like you gotta really like rise up, but like motherfuckers don't be wanting to put you gotta put the work in. Sometimes you gotta become selfish. Like it ain't about you, but it's about you at a time where you gotta get yourself together so that you can help the other people. You understand what I'm saying? Like because life ain't necessarily about you. It's always about helping somebody else. But sometimes you got to become selfish just to get yourself to the point where you can do what you need to do for everybody else. So I'm telling you, because, man, hey, man, these youngers is fucked up. And they ain't even, it's like, I ain't gonna say they don't even be having no guidance all the time. Because it be motherfuckers trying to talk to them. Because I'm one of the ones who will pull up on them youngers. If you ask me, I talk to you. Now, the thing with me is, I done got so caught up in certain shit, like, well, I got my own kids too. So, like, I feel like from my own life, my mother giving everything. Like, my mother was like the neighborhood mom for a lot of people. My mother was like the person that everybody come live in her house. My mother was, so I always shared everything. I ain't never had my own room. I don't want my kids to live like that because I ain't like that shit for real. It was cool because my mother made it all right. But when you look up, you be like, the people that she did all that shit for, they curry her. They act like she ain't even do shit for them. So I don't want to fall into that. And I got a good heart. Like
she didn't do it for them. She did it for herself.
But I don't give a fuck. They talk about my mother. That's my mother. They disrespect my mother. And this the same woman who took you in, who fed you, let you sleep on the floor because all the beds is took. But she let you come in. It's 2, 3 in the morning. Y'all niggas banging on the door to get my mother house. My mother ain't no crackhead. My mother ain't never used a drug.
It's too late to be knocking on anybody
door. But do you understand what I'm saying? If you're in the streets, you know what I mean. Niggas go banging on crackhead doors all the time and anytime of night because it's a spot. Yeah, my mother ain't never been that type. She ain't never done that. My mother ain't used no drugs. My mother don't drink or nothing.
Right.
My mother vices ain't never been that. You understand what I'm saying? So she ain't never been one of them women that you could just come running out like me. She was just a sweet person. She did that because, like you said, because she wanted to. But she wasn't looking for nothing. But I'm her child. I feel a little different. She ain't have to look for nothing. I don't like the way y'all be Jack Kern.
I hear that.
I don't like the way y'all treat her. And this person did all this shit. Or Christmas time, she buy everybody. My mother makes sure everybody gets something. Everybody child gets something. She don't miss nobody. She one of them type everybody birthday. Motherfucker, my mother the person who everybody call aunt, and she they cousin. She they cousin, cuz. Y'all ain't gonna play with her like that, man.
Nah, we ain't gonna do that.
Why y'all feel like that's cool? Like how everybody else get a pass to do something, but when it come to her, she don't get a pass. It's the same, like, bruh, people, the shit's so fucked up, and it's because they made it that way. Niggas fucked up. It's here. It's already here. Yeah. You already here. They ain't even got to do nothing no more. And then when you got a motherfucker trying to tell you, hold up, man, or it's good for you when it's good for you, and then when it ain't, it's like, fuck it. And that's the wrong mentality to have. But you know what? That's that dysfunction shit again. Because it's good for you when it's good for you. Yeah, but when it ain't, it's like, oh, fuck everybody. I don't give a fuck. Hold up. Wasn't you just the same motherfucker, just whole person? Hold up now. We ain't gonna do it like that, but then you wrong when you check a nigga. Mm-hmm. Or then we gonna switch it to this. Now when you got an opinion, you hating. I can't have one of those. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can't have one of those. I can't stand on some shit and be like, nah, you wrong. I can't tell you wrong because society telling you cool, but that shit wrong and you know it's wrong. And they know it's wrong too. But they gonna egg that shit on because you got too many yes men. Yeah. But I know what this shit really about. This shit fucked up deeper than what we know. It's so fucked up that it's embedded in a nigga. You come out, it's like niggas don't know how to do nothing but teach they kids that shit because that's all they know.
That's all they know. They don't even know that's not even what they need to know.
Slim, the shit so fucked up. It's so deep.
So with that being said, man, we just gotta start from the seed. You gotta start from the seed. With that being said, like your babies that you making is being born with the knowledge. You know what I mean?
I got to, because it's like if I can't wait. I ain't gonna say waste my time. Let me not use those words. But it feel like you wasting your time trying to put it in other people.
That's how you can help the world, man. By better equipping yourself and having kids.
Yeah. So when I have my kids, if I can't put it in other people around me, I'm gonna make sure they got it. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Because see, like, it's gonna come a point where, like, you hear old folks say sometimes, now, you got manners. I done heard them like, oh, you got some good manners, huh? And they be like, I can tell who raised you. They say, Lord, you hear it every now and then, but you only hear it when you do something like carry their groceries in the house room, when you see the old folks walking with you, or you go knock on the old lady door that you know live right there and take her trash out.
Right.
Or when they come around, you tell everybody stop smoking, or put that shit down for a minute, let them walk through. You know what I'm saying? You clear the way. You open the door. You understand what I'm saying? These young niggas don't even do that shit a lot of times. They don't even know. Let me tell you a little, this funniest thing. It's this old lady around my waist now. Everybody call her hot. And by that means she is a little hot. You know, she ain't hot like go run tell the police on you. But she hot like she yell out the window, she'll do, you know, she'll scream on your ass. You know what I'm saying? So, mind you, nigga, I done been doing all the time. I was doing shit. This lady, I know she know I was doing shit. Yeah. For sure. But at the same time, I used to be the same one who might go past her house. Because I knew the lady, she lived in the same hallway with me. Funniest thing, right? I knock on the door. I check, like when I go, I check and see if her trash need taken out. When I go to the store, I see, when you need something. Little shit like that. And that's just for me having my grandmother telling me little shit like, you know, small adjustments go a long way.
Yeah, dude.
So,
yeah, they do.
Tell you what happened to me one day. One day I'm police on me. It looks like they want to arrest me. They on my ass, man. But because she know in the neighborhood, and the police love her because she don't cut no cars. When she walked up, she was like, ho, what y'all doing to him? What y'all doing to him? And they like, oh, Miss so, you know, I ain't gonna say her name, Miss so and so, blah, 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 blah. And she like, oh, no, not him. Not him, oh, no, not him. That's my baby, not him. He ain't, not him, not him. I know him. He come take the trash out. He did it. And they was looking at her. And they looked at me and I was like, man, she telling you. Like, it ain't me. I told y'all. Man, I'm outside doing all the dirt in the fucking world. I'm doing all the dirt in the world, Slim. You hear me?
Yeah.
But because this old lady vouched, and because of what they felt about her, and because of just her Slim. And I know she know what's up with me for real. But the shit I be doing, man, them small gestures go a long way. And the youngers don't realize that them small gestures go a long way. They don't even respect their elders. They curse them out. Oh, get your dumb ass off the elevator, bitch. Or you old ass nigga, you moving too slow. Or man, walk like no respect. Slim, I done seen it. I be catching it. I be like, yo, what the fuck wrong with y'all? Oh man, that nigga crap. I don't give a fuck what he is. He an old man or she an old one. You know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
They still human beings.
Yeah.
They still people. The fuck? But shit, we've been trained to look at each other like we 3/5 of a person. Yeah, let me bring it all the way back around to where we trained to be like that.
Animals, yeah, they train us like animals, real talk.
Nigga.
Real talk. So we definitely got a lot of little lineage and
Nigga.
shit to walk out of.
These young are so disrespectful. Not all of them, but some of them. Like all white folks ain't bad, but a lot of them is, but a lot of them ain't. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, let's put it like this. I done had my good encounter, I had my bad encounter. Yeah, let's say that. Let's just say that. Because I done had racist encounters with white folks where they call me a nigga and I done body slammed the motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? I body slammed the shit out of them. I body fucking slammed the shit out of them.
I had it happen.
You won't call another person. Or I ain't even gonna say that. You'll think twice about it before you do it again. I promise you that. Because you won't call me that. You won't call me that in 2020, whatever fuck year it was. You won't call me that.
But,
you won't call me that. I don't give a fuck. You won't call me that without it being some type of repercussion. Because I wasn't around when my folks was going through it, but I know where the word come from, and I know what they fought through and went through to go, and we won't have it.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
My hands on
I don't care how many people, how many black folks you hear say it, nigga. You can't say it.
Oh, yeah, this motherfucker said it at the window, and they was already 20 feet away.
You can't say it.
I was so mashed them. I was.
When you guys use it, I don't care what I use.
Going like that.
Kendrick Lamar stopped the girl in the song in the middle of the whoa. What you say?
Yeah, nah, we should.
Nah, we ain't doing that. I don't.
Person if they
you
get out
can't do that.
Face,
I don't think that. I don't give a
his wife or whatever. They can say, "Oh,
listen,
nah." So, no, my bad. Oh, no, I had to smack. I ain't even get upset. I'm just sorry. You just need to get smacked. Nah, this real good smack. Real one time.
The reason black folks are how they are, and I hate to keep bringing it back to that, but because it ain't about race. But I gotta look at it because it stemmed from some shit that happened in the past. It's all about all this shit stemmed from old shit. If Bruh. I just lost some train of thought too. That's that weed.
Oh, no, we all that weed. Hey, nah, that's what it
Say
is,
something
though.
about corner water, man.
That's perfect, because look, we gonna have to come back next week, but definitely want to thank Drinking Stream for getting us with this motherfucking corner water, man. Them boys doing some hell of a thing in the community with the kids. You know what I mean? And like, keep doing that, man. This water good as a mug, is alkaline. That's what we've been pushing from day one.
Yes, sir.
And they took the stride with that thing right there, man. And definitely go check out What Is Food. It's on YouTube. You know what I mean? Stay tuned for the next episode of What Is Food News. Man, we your guys. Man, we see you next week,
Oh,
man.
hold up, forget about
Yeah, you know about that
jelly
moon
seed.
dust.
Hey, this moon dust.
Hey,
Like a
Slim,
bomb,
I
put
supposed
this
to
on
have
some
the
fish.
food out here.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah, you done had.
Jelly
man,
got something here.
Slim,
So,
man,
yeah,
we gonna have to have the food while we eating and all that, geeking out, drinking the corner waters.
Jelly got
and we got some tropical punch on the way.
Yeah,
understand, man.
Jelly got something with that. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I put a little bit on Jelly got something, little big head. Jelly got something, man.
We appreciate y'all, man. Stay tuned, man. And hey, man, just hit the like button. Keep going like that. Enjoy your day, man. Tell a friend, man. And peace.
To the next time.